Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a connection to something ancient and profound? For thousands of years, our ancestors did the same. But they didn't just gaze in wonder. They built monuments, carved messages, and developed intricate systems to map the heavens. Today, we're journeying back in time to uncover 20 ancient astronomical mysteries, the incredible sky secrets of lost civilizations. Get ready, because these stories are literally written in the stars. Let's start our journey in the desert plains of Peru with the Nazca lines. These enormous geoglyphs, etched into the ground, depict animals and geometric shapes. What's baffling is that they're only fully visible from the air. Were they messages to sky gods? Or perhaps, as some researchers believe, giant astronomical calendars marking the rising and setting of constellations? The true purpose of these desert drawings remains one of archaeology's greatest enigmas. Now let's fly over to England, to the iconic Circle of Stonehenge. This prehistoric monument is famously aligned with the solstices. On the summer solstice, the sun rises perfectly over the heel stone, and on the winter solstice, it sets between the two tallest trilithons. It was part calendar, part temple, part burial ground, a masterpiece of Neolithic engineering designed to capture the sun's journey across the sky. Crossing the Atlantic to Mesoamerica, we encounter the Maya. They were master astronomers. Their temples, like the one at Chichen Itza, are precisely aligned to celestial events. They developed incredibly accurate calendars and charts tracking the cycles of Venus and Jupiter, which they linked to warfare, agriculture, and rituals. Their entire worldview was woven into the fabric of the cosmos. Back in North America, in New Mexico's Chaco Canyon, we find the sun dagger. Here, ancient Pueblo peoples carved a spiral petroglyph behind three massive stone slabs. On the summer solstice, a dagger of light pierces the center of the spiral. At the equinoxes and winter solstice, other light patterns mark the rock. It's a simple yet brilliant device, a celestial clock hidden in the cliffs. Journeying to Ireland, the Neolithic tomb of Newgrange awaits. This structure is older than Stonehenge and the pyramids. For just a few days around the winter solstice, the rising sun shines through a small opening, sending a beam of light down a long passage to illuminate the inner chamber. Imagine being there in the darkness, waiting for that single ray of light to signify the rebirth of the sun. It must have been a profoundly spiritual experience. In Egypt, the grandeur of Abu Simbel demonstrates a similar mastery of light. Twice a year, on dates thought to mark Ramses the Great's coronation and birth, sunlight penetrates the deep interior of the temple, illuminating statues of the gods and the pharaoh himself. This architectural feat was designed to deify the ruler, linking his power directly to the sun god, Ra. Let's sail to the Mediterranean, where one of the most astonishing discoveries was made. The Antikythera mechanism, found in an ancient shipwreck off the coast of Greece, is an incredibly complex geared device. Often called the world's first analog computer, it could predict eclipses and track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets. Its sophistication shattered our understanding of ancient technology. Heading north to Germany, we find the Goseck Circle. This Neolithic enclosure, made of concentric ditches and wooden palisades, is one of the earliest known solar observatories. Its gateways align perfectly with the sunrise and sunset on the winter solstice, proving that even 7,000 years ago, people were systematically tracking the seasons. Not far away, on the Scottish Isle of Lewis, stand the Callanish Stones. This cruciform arrangement of standing stones has been linked to both solar and lunar events. One theory suggests it was used to track the lunar standstill, a complex 18.6-year cycle where the moon reaches its most extreme positions in the sky. Returning to Peru, we visit Chanquillo, the earliest known astronomical observatory in the Americas. A line of 13 towers built along a ridge functions as a solar calendar. By observing the sun's position against the towers from a specific viewpoint, People could determine the date with an accuracy of just a few days. It's a 2,300-year-old calendar you can walk through. Deep in the Sahara Desert lies Nabta Playa. Here, stone circles and alignments were erected more than 1,000 years before Stonehenge. These stones appear to align with certain stars, including Sirius and constellations like Orion's belt, marking the arrival of the summer solstice and the monsoon rains, a vital event for life in the desert. In the heart of the Inca Empire, Cusco was the center of the universe. Radiating out from the city were the Seke lines, a system of spiritual pathways connecting hundreds of sacred sites, or huacas. This system was a giant terrestrial map of the sky, used to organize social life, rituals, and the calendar itself. Venturing into Southeast Asia, on the island of Flores in Indonesia, we find ancient cave petroglyphs. Some researchers have proposed that these markings, including a 7-rayed star, could be one of the oldest star maps ever discovered, possibly depicting a supernova event that was visible in the daytime sky. The theory is still debated, but it's a tantalizing possibility. From Mesopotamia, we have the Babylonian sky records. On countless cuneiform tablets, scribes meticulously documented celestial events. They created mathematical models to predict lunar eclipses and planetary movements with astounding accuracy. This systematic observation laid the groundwork for all of Western astronomy. No list of ancient mysteries would be complete without the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its 4 sides are almost perfectly aligned to the cardinal directions. Furthermore, narrow shafts extending from the inner chambers point toward specific stars, such as Thuban and stars in Orion's belt, suggesting a connection between the pharaoh's soul and the celestial afterlife. Let's leap forward in time to 18th century India, to the Jantar Mantar observatories. These are not just collections of stones, but giant astronomical instruments built from masonry. The largest, in Jaipur, has a sundial with a gnomon that's 27 meters high. They were designed to measure time and track celestial objects with the naked eye, achieving remarkable precision. Back in Germany, we have the Nebra Sky Disk. This Bronze Age artifact is a beautiful bronze disc inlaid with gold symbols representing the sun, a crescent moon, and a cluster of stars identified as the Pleiades. It's considered the world's oldest concrete depiction of the cosmos, possibly used as an astronomical tool to harmonize solar and lunar calendars. In the Mayan world, archaeologists have identified specific architectural complexes called E-groups. These consist of a pyramid on one side of a plaza and a long platform on the other. From the pyramid, the sun can be seen rising over the platform's ends on the solstices and its middle on the equinoxes, serving as a functional, large-scale public calendar. Let's travel to Australia, where Aboriginal cultures have been mapping the stars for tens of thousands of years. Their songlines are oral maps, linking landscape features to celestial bodies and ancestral journeys. The sky is not separate from the land. It is a vital part of their living culture, used for navigation, calendars, and law. Finally, we sail across the vast Pacific with the Polynesian wayfinders. Using no instruments, these master navigators sailed thousands of miles of open ocean. They relied on an intimate knowledge of star paths, ocean swells, wind patterns, and wildlife cues. Their minds were the charts, their canoes the vessels, connecting a web of islands across a third of the Earth's surface. From stone circles to geared computers, from desert lines to oral traditions, these ancient cultures all shared a deep, meaningful relationship with the cosmos. They saw the sky not just as a canopy of lights, but as a clock, a calendar, a map, and a divine guide. Their ingenuity reminds us that the quest to understand our place in the universe is one of the oldest human stories. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time and space. If you found these ancient mysteries as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the past. Let me know in the comments which of these sites you found most mind-blowing. Until next time, keep looking up.